The upper Midwest is described as a critical region in presidential politics and a buffer for Democrats seeking the White House. Will the narrative be the same or the dynamics might change?
To be fair, Walz is quite popular in his state. In fact, I don't think he's on record that he ever lost an election. He has caused some major upset, defeating incumbents and also, getting a fifth term. So it's almost sure that he's going to win in Minnesota, but he may not, that may not translate to neighboring states like, South Dakota, North Dakota, Iowa, and the rest, that's not how politics works. A typical case study is, Nigeria. Ogun State shares border with Oyo State. Ogun State is APC. Oyo State is PDP. That's how politics is like. So I can only say categorically that he has a higher chance of winning in Minnesota, but that does not necessarily translate that he's going to take over the Midwest.
Harris and Walz are vanguards of protection for abortion rights, support for rainbow community, and generous aid to Israel and Ukraine, among other policies. Do you see these as rallying pivots for the coming election?
I don't see it as a rallying point for in this election because looking at the things that top on the minds of Americans is immigration and the economy, and the people who fall into their ideology or what they believe, their values and what they believe in. I mean, the candidate Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, they have a mix and match of ideas. Some people support abortion rights but do not support the war in Ukraine. Some support the war in Ukraine and they do not agree on another issue. So there will be conflicting ideas. A lot of people might be confused at the front of the ballot box. But when we look at the top issues, in the minds of these voters, would be the economy and and immigration. And I'm afraid the immigration seems to be something that Kamala Harris, a lot of people believe the sentiment that she failed at it. I hope it won't cost her the victory come November.
Your thoughts on the very disparaging comment from the Trump camp, his vice presidential nominees also among them. What are your thoughts about that against the nomination of Walz?
To be fair, I feel, Walz is quite controversial. If you're looking for many good things he has done, it's on record. You want to find the bad stuff as well. It's on record. Things like the Black Lives Matter riot. Approval for gender change for children and other things that a lot of people might consider to be too extreme in terms of the woke ideology or being too liberal. But if you're looking at the good stuff as well, he has them on record. The Trump camp, they have a lot of things that they could use against him, and Tim Walz, could balance these narratives with some of the track record. For example, most of the bills he co-sponsored while in Parliament were brought forward by Republicans. It could say that could show that he can walk across the board and is not just going to be the vice president for the Democrats, but the vice president of Republicans and the entire United States. So he really needs to, get his rebuttals ready because the Trump campaign is going to come heavy. I personally feel that Walz is probably not the best person for Kamala to choose. I personally would prefer someone like Shapiro. But it seems like Kamala Harris chose based on the person that she had the most chemistry with, and that may not be enough to lead the country. You need somebody that can tell you the truth, even if it's going to hurt.
Bolu, thank you for speaking with us. We appreciate your time.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Away from that, coastal South Carolina and Georgia were under flash flood warnings Tuesday as Tropical Storm Debby swamped the southeastern United States, leaving at least 5 dead. Debby made landfall on Monday morning as a Category 1 hurricane in the Big Bend region of Florida's Gulf Coast. The National Hurricane Center warned of a life-threatening flood threat as the slow-moving storm drops torrential rains. Michael Brennan Director of the NHC had said it is a level 4 out of 4 risk for excessive rainfall and is going to result in a prolonged extreme rainfall event with potential for catastrophic flooding across coastal portions of Georgia, South Carolina, even extending up into North Carolina. We're on a short break. We have more stories for you. Stay with us.